Good, beautiful morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes, and I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And it is Saturday, January the 7th, 2023. And today we are going to be focusing on restoring your peace. And I have the energy of a group of collective beings called the Ascended, that include ascended masters such as Jesus, Buddha, Raphael, many others. And the focus today is restoring your peace. And we're going to get into that in a couple minutes. We're just going to give people a chance to come on to join us. And for those of you that are on TikTok and Facebook, I do not know if you'll see this banner or not, but I'm going to put this up on the screen. And basically, it's just a simple instruction that you can follow while the communication happens, while the transmission happens, so that you can get your body and your mind into a position where it is open and receptive to your awareness. One of the things they've been emphasizing over the last few years is that in meditation, especially guided meditations or when working with other people, it's important that you keep your body and your mind open and receptive to your awareness, because you're meant to be the authority over your mind and body. But yeah, it's a beautiful brand new day. This is our first Saturday, I think, of our second Saturday actually of New Year's. And there are so many things happening. I just want to also make a note to my patrons that tonight's patrons only live event is going to be happening this evening. It's going to be Archangel Michael and Master Jesus, and then we'll be discussing how to recognize and avoid demonic forces. You could also say lower vibrational energies or entities too. You could use that term as well. So I'm going to put this instruction up on the screen for those of you that are arriving or have arrived already. Get your body into a position that's going to be comfortable, that it won't be disturbed for a little while. We've only got about 35 or 45 minutes today because we're starting a class this afternoon. Our 103 Masterclass begins today, and so I'll have to cut this a little bit short. The instruction is very simple. Get your body into a position where it's comfortable, will not be disturbed for a little while. And then use your breath. And they tell me this all the time, that our breath, our ability to use our breath consciously is a sacred function. To actually deliberately articulate the breath of your body allows you to recognize that you are not subjective to the body, but the body is subjective to you. And the function of breathing is a divine exercise of right. In other words, it's you exercising your authority over your biology, your body, your physical form, which you are using while you're in this physical dimension, right? So the instruction is simple. Breathe slowly and deeply. Down deeper in the belly is better. If you can breathe, fill the lower part of your lungs first. Breathe and fill your lungs completely. Hold your breath for about 3 seconds and then exhale. And when you exhale, deliberately and consciously give your body permission to relax, because your body's designed to follow your instructions. It's made that way, just as your mind is also made to follow your instructions. So on each exhale, so as you're breathing, on your exhales, and even if you're going to breathe your regular breathing, be mindful that as you exhale, you're giving your body permission to relax so that it becomes open and receptive to you, to receive the directions you're going to give it. And your mind likewise will follow suit, because when the body starts to get relaxed and quiet and calm, the mind naturally begins to follow suit, or vice versa. You can get the mind to be calm and the body will follow suit. Either way, you can use your mind to govern your body or your body to alter your mind to varying degrees. So you'll continue to breathe slowly and deeply, directing your mind and body to become open and receptive to your awareness. And again, today's process is about restoring your peace to your mind. Before I came on, I had the energy of Master Buddha coming in saying to me, it's important that it be said that you were not simply born in love, you were also born in peace. And I asked him, what's he mean by that? And he said, being born in peace means that you were established in the framework, the experience of being peace. Your mind was uncluttered and undisturbed by anything or anyone. It is through the gathering of information and sensation in this world that you found yourself, your peace, being disturbed. Having been given the illusion that your thoughts and your experiences are what define you is what has created some of the confusion and the disturbances that you may be experiencing. He further says that it's important to understand that the moment you can begin the process of recognizing that your thoughts and the ideas and the information in your mind are not who you are, but simply that information in your mind, then you can move into the position of directing yourself to experience the being of yourself, which is peace. As awareness, simply focusing on being aware, you pull your attention away from the distractions of your mind, and you spontaneously begin to restore yourself to peace, to pull your attention away from the thoughts, the memories, the emotions in your mind, to pull your attention away from them. They will be there for you later, but for today, pull your attention away from thoughts, memories, emotions, and any concerns that they might have about your future. The future is not here, and the past is not either. Here, in this moment, there is your peace. And so in the process of utilizing your breath, you are instructing your body, you are instructing it to become open and receptive to you. Likewise, as you exhale, which is always the point where it is easiest to let go. Always on the exhale, it is easier to let go of thought, to let go of the distractions of the senses. It is always easier on your exhale to let these things go. That being considered, if you allow yourself to feel the sensation both in body and the calming of the waters in your mind when you exhale, feel as you give your body permission to relax, as you allow your attention to come away from thought. If you begin to get a sensation of the stillness that is what you are, the stillness that is you, the awareness, you that is independent of your thought, you that is independent of biology, but here to assert direction towards them, much the same way as your environment asserted a direction towards your mind and body before you understood that you had a mind and body. But you were born in the vibration of peace, undisturbed, and you live in that place naturally. Naturally, when you pull your attention away from the distractions of your thoughts, your memories, your concerns, and for this little while, allow us to be with you to restore your peace, to offer you the simple process of beginning. For some of you, it will be fairly easy. For others, it may be more difficult, depending upon the degree of attachment you have to your thoughts, to your body as a source of who you are. They're simply vehicles. To the degree you're able to surrender your attachment to the thoughts and simply reflect upon your awareness, simply being aware. And in that place of awareness, as you breathe and relax the body with your exhale and release the thoughts from your attention with the exhale, and you simply focus on being aware, you may hear sounds in the world around you. You may sense and feel these things around you. But again, the same process applies. On the exhale, you release your attachment to the senses and you go inward to that place where you're simply aware that there is your body that is relaxing. There is your mind that is calming as you give thoughts permission to be still. You have it in your authority. Just as your environment had the authority to teach your body how to walk, how to stand, and how to crawl, and how to learn to speak, so too you may also likewise instruct your body in the same fashion, in that you will feel that it will follow your instructions. Simply, gently, breathe slowly, breathe intentionally, release the tensions from your body, release your attentions from your thoughts. Allow yourself to use your breath to even release your attachment to the emotions that you are aware of as you exhale. We will always stress to you the function of the body. Exhaling is a function of release, as the function of the inhale is of acceptance. The function of the exhale is release. The function of your inhale is acceptance. So when you release your attachment to the sensations of the body on the exhale, and you release your attachment to the thoughts in the mind on the exhale, and you can also release your attachment to the emotions on the exhale. It is you now learning to instruct your own mind and body independent of the environment, which has been the primary source of your instruction and education. So now you assume that authority and say, this is the student. Your mind and your body, your emotions are your students. And you turn to them and you say, be still. On the exhale, you will gain the experience of releasing tension from the body, of releasing attachment to thoughts in your mind, of releasing attachment to emotions. You see, in this position, you are now the instructor of your own mind, as the environment formerly was. In this function, you shift your process of learning from being subjective to the world to your mind and body and emotions becoming subjective to you, able to follow your direction. The process of breathing and restoring your peace and gaining experience that you can do so is our reason for being here today, that you can gain the experience that you may not have gained from the world around you. It may not have taught you that you can do these things, that you can change your thoughts, that you can alter your emotions, that you can change the conditions of your body and the environment around you as a function of your consciousness. But in order to do so, you must become unattached from the distraction of the senses. And you must become unattached from the distraction of thought. And you must become unattached to the emotions within. This is not to disown or deny, but to simply place them into a position where they are at rest under your direction. And you gain the experience of what happens in your body as you give it permission to relax on the exhale. And you gain experience of what happens when you Give your thoughts permission to be still on the exhale. You must be the one instructing your body to relax, and you must be the one instructing your thoughts to be still. And you need to become the one that gives your emotions permission to be still. The function of your breath is quite divine in this regard. It gives you the awareness that you are able to direct the function of your own physical entity, that you do not have to lean exclusively on the environment for direction and guidance, that you can become the very direction and guidance you are seeking from the world. You were born naturally to do this, not simply to be subjective to everything and everyone around you, but to be a creating intelligence. And as we speak, continue to breathe and allow your body to relax more. Give your thoughts permission to be still and your emotions to become calm. Always on the exhale, it is the easiest. Non-attachment is about recognizing this process. Non-attachment is about identifying that you are not your thoughts, that you are not your memories, that you are not the body, that these are all instruments in the function of creation that are now at your disposal. But when you first came into that beautiful body that you find yourself hearing these words coming to you through, when you first came into this body, there was no disturbance, there was no distraction, there was no suffering, there was simply peace and love. That is what you came into in this body. There was no disturbance, no distraction for any of you. All of you have come this way. All of you came in love and in peace. It is what came into you from the environment that has disturbed or distracted or deterred you from understanding and remembering this. In a natural vibration environment, you would be raised in the frequencies of your true nature of creation. But that is not the case for many of you. The recognition that these distractions and disturbances of your mind and of your body are there to afford you the opportunity to reawaken yourself to that place of awareness that allows you to remember that you are peace. You are love. You are a creating intelligence, not here to simply be subjective to the senses, nor subjective to the information imparted to you from this world, but to reawaken yourself, to reawaken yourself to this position of awareness that observes, oh, there are thoughts and there are emotions and there is a body. This position of awareness goes, oh, there are thoughts and there are emotions and there is this body. That in this position of awareness, you can begin to operate towards your mind and body the exact same way the environment has formerly. That is, how the environment has been towards you to this point where you are hearing these words. You may now become, for your own mind and body emotions, the quality of environment you would have desired to have had. You can become the love, the compassion, the kindness, the joy, the playfulness. You can become and instruct your mind and body into this now. You can become the environment that you needed for your mind and your body now. In being able to recognize what is being said and to experience that you can and do when you are conscious in the process of breathing, of releasing your breath and releasing tension and releasing thought and releasing emotion. You become conscious of that ability that you have, and you begin to feel a sensation that is a product of that function, that you feel a certain awareness and sensation when you release tension from your body. And this is universal for all of you. This process works equally for everyone. The differences in the degree and intensity of thought, emotion, and tension you may have will vary from one physical body to another. And so the degree of effort required will vary as well. If you have very little confusion and frustration and discomfort in your body, then the process of this will be much easier. If you have a great deal of confusion and suffering in your body, then it will take you a little bit more time to apply this. But we can assure you that if you apply it in the fashion we are suggesting, even now, those of you that are doing this, we can feel what is happening, because we know what happens when you do this to your body and you do this with your mind. We know because we have done it. And so this place of the breath, the inhale brings in, the exhale releases. And when you exhale, you release tension from your body. And on the exhale, you release your attachment to thoughts in your mind. You let them go on the exhale. And you release attachment to emotions. You give your emotions permission to be still on the exhale. Varying degrees of change will occur from individual to individual, as we've stated in other words. But as you gain the fundamental re-experiencing of your proper relationship over your mind and the body and the emotions that you currently are working with, as you gain the experience of them quieting, becoming still, calm, under the direction of your breathing, because you are directing your body to breathe thusly. There is a universality to this principle of restoring peace, as equally as there is a universal principle to establishing confusion. The process is identical, but the nature of them are very different. The nature of peace is one thing, the nature of confusion is another. But you are now in the position, and you now possess the knowledge and the simple step of beginning to liberate yourself from subjectivity, from the attachment you have to your past, to your memories and emotions. That does not mean they do not have value in the right situations and circumstances, but the function of your creation, your unique function of creation, your purpose for being here, cannot be properly articulated nor understood through the confusion that the world has put upon you. But it can be understood when you step out of that confusion, when you release your attachment to the confusion, to the distraction, to the memory, to the anticipations, and you release your attachments to those. You begin to get refamiliarized with who you really are as awareness, independent of thought. And from this position of awareness, you can begin to discern the nature, quality, and meaning of a thought or an idea. From the perspective of awareness, you can observe, oh, this thought creates this emotion, and therefore this sensation, which creates this action. From the perspective of non-attachment, you can begin to become aware of what thoughts are good to hold in your mind. in this process, you become aware of how to release unnecessary tension from the body so that it begins to serve you rather than rule you. Yes. So we come to this place. Let us, for but 2 minutes together, let us do this process together of restoring you to yourself, which is peace and love. It is what you are. It is not what the world has taught you to think or believe. You are not what the world has taught you to think or believe. You are love and you are peace. You are not what the world has taught you to think you are. So for these 2 minutes, take a slow, deep breath with us. And when you exhale from the body, give your body permission to release tension, to completely relax. And let us do this for 2 or 3 breaths, directing your body to relax. And then we will do 2 or 3 more breaths where we give our thoughts permission to be still, to let thought go, to release our attention from our thought. And we will do that for 3 breaths. And then we will examine our emotions, and we will use 3 breaths to give your emotions permission to be still. And at the end of these 9 breaths, to allow yourself to rest in the sensation that you have created by directing your body and your mind and your emotions in this fashion, to gain an awareness of an experience that you are creating by instructing your body to breathe in this fashion, by instructing your mind to release thoughts, by giving your emotions permission to be still. Remember, it is always on the exhale that you release. On the inhale, you bring energy in. On the exhale, you release. So let us begin now. 3 breaths for the body. Now 3 breaths for your mind. Breathe in, and as you exhale, release the thoughts from your mind. And now 3 breaths to release emotions into stillness. Allow yourself to feel the vibration you have created and are experiencing from using this simple process. Just feel and experience. You can continue to use your breath to train your mind and your body and your emotions to follow your directions, just as they were trained by the environment to follow the environment's directions. But now you become the environment for your mind and body to train them, to re-educate them on being in alignment with you instead of out of alignment with you. The experience of peace is recognizing that is your nature and then training your mind and body into that expression once again. You were born in that expression and you shall return to it. You do not have to wait until the body ceases to function to do this. You can return to it right now. Wow. Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We don't have a lot of time. We got about another 15 or 20 minutes. Yes. So I will take some questions. And again, the collective I have with me is the Ascended. The one leading us on that meditation was that process, that lesson was Master Buddha, for those that you want to know. It was his instruction that we were delighted to be following. So I'm grateful for that. And I thank Master Buddha for this time, as well as the other Ascended Masters that are with us right now. You are never alone. You know, in your mind, you can be separated from who you are, but you cannot be alone. Hi, guys. Good morning. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you. Hi, Sue. My cat, Sam, will be gone 2 years tomorrow. Orange was 14. You know, the fact that you're asking this question, you know he's with you. Like, you can feel their energy presence. We have this happen with our little Yorkie who left about 1.5 years ago. And oftentimes we'll wake up in the middle of the night and she'll be licking our toes. We'll feel her spirit literally there. Sometimes we feel her underfoot. And, you know, modern psychology and psychiatry said, oh, that's just projected memory. That's not the case. You are a multi-dimensional being. You live in 4 dimensions right now. Your body is 1 dimension. Your thoughts is another dimension. Your emotions are another dimension, and your awareness is another dimension still. You have these other dimensions of consciousness that are designed to work together the way the 5 fingers on a hand does. But there are other dimensions beyond those too. And I hope you join us on this channel Monday, Wednesday, and Friday and learn more about some of these simple truths about who and what we are and what we came here to be and do and learn. It's quite amazing. Okay, let's see what we have. So feel your cat. Don't be afraid to feel her around you either. Yep. Go here. Hi, Bentu. Well, Bentu, listen. Your fear, I'm being told to tell you this, your fear that you are missing your sister prevents you from experiencing her presence with you. Your belief that she's missing, physically she's not here, but her spirit, her energy still exists. Just the same way as the energy of a radio signal is going through the air right now, or a television signal is going through the air right now. We don't see it, but it's there. And if you have an instrument, you can tune into it. Your mind is designed, yes. She's standing right in front of you, Bentu. Like literally, release your fear that she's not present. Take a deep breath and just sense the energy that's about 2.5 feet in front of you. Just feel the energy that's 2.5 feet in front of you. Don't let go of the fear that she's missing. Just feel the presence of her energy 2 feet in front of you. And share with us in the comment section what you experience. So there's this other realm of consciousness, of energy, that's not physical, that we are. It's what you are. You're not a physical being. You are using a physical medium right now. That body you're using is an instrument. It's not who you are. You know, the words coming through this body via the thought mechanism, which is also invisible, coming through this body, being articulated as language that you can hear with your physical ears because you have physical ears. Just because this system ceases to function does not mean that I, as a consciousness, cease to exist. The medium of expression is no longer there, so the signal just can't come through it. But you can tune into their energy if you learn to shift your feeling. Yeah, can you feel that, Bentu? Can you feel that? Just make a comment about it, please. Hi, Ruthie. Hello, Melody. Jenny. Yes, just a moment. Question from Vio. Any advice on how to deal with my current crisis? Get ready for bailiffs, etc. Many thanks. Again, you must understand that your attachment to your fear brings it upon you, as equally as your attachment to your joy will bring that upon you. What you would choose to be attached to is a matter of choice. While there are certain actions that you do need to take, they cannot be taken from the same place that you're creating your difficulty from. That is, the fear that you have causes very specific actions that create more of the same, whereas the function of freedom, of peace, of joy will precipitate very different circumstances. And we would encourage you to, again, align yourself to love, to joy. And what actions would love have you do? What words would love have you speak? For the function of love is a very different creative process than the function of fear. The function of the energy of love, both as thought and action, is very different than the function of love. It's very important to understand the distinctions in the energies that you use. And all of you use energy. You use energy with the emotions you already have. You create energy by the thoughts you think. You create energy in your body by the thoughts you think, the memories you remember, the things you consider about your future. You are creator by nature. You are a creator by nature. Wow. Many blessings to you, Vio. I'm just going to send, again, I'm just going to ask, yes, for that energy to be sent to you, to move your consciousness from fear to love, to shift your attention away from fear to love. and ask yourself the question, what does love do? In this situation, ask yourself, what does love say? What does love do? Consider that. Hi, Nancy. How you doing? Hi, scrolling down there. So Andrea's saying, tell me something I don't know. I'll tell you something you don't know. What is the cube root of 584,963? Tell me that. Do you know that right now? You could probably find out if you took a calculator out. But there's lots of things that you could be told that you don't know. The question is what you do know of benefit to your life? Does it bring you more peace, what you know? For what you know is infinitely smaller than what you do not know. But you must learn to use what little you do know more effectively than you currently are. Wow, thank you. Hi there. So somebody's asking on TikTok, ears 1012, will I move in January 2023 to United Arab Emirates for a job? I get a yes and a no for that. It's like the job is there, but I'm not feeling it's going to happen this month. There's going to be a slight delay, but there's like ambiguity there. It's like the job's there, but it doesn't feel like it's this month. Yeah, but that's a place to go. UAE, that's the place to go for the creative human. Hello. I see, followed by host. Let's see, we got another question over here on TikTok. Hi, Nancy. Nancy's asking on YouTube, do people leaving the earth at this time reincarnate back to earth if they did not raise to the next level? You will always return to the resonant frequency you were at when you left. That's just the way it works. Resonance means to be in harmony with. When your consciousness, when you've evolved your mind and your body and your emotions to a certain point, to that point as awareness, you will return to the point that you have your lessons, your energy is in resonance. So you return to a family environment, a situation that matches the frequency of consciousness that you cultivated deliberately. They're telling me too that it does not mean, there's a lot of people that can actually completely release their attachment to this dimension altogether and go straight to the fifth and sixth dimensions of awareness, which again are, I can't even really describe them in terms that it's just being that is not bound by the same confines of time, space, and matter that we all understand while we are in a physical body. But there's a level, I'll tell you, there's a level of freedom when you realize you are not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your body. When you realize that you're not them, but you have a responsibility to cultivate an awareness of who you are using your mind and body. That's really important. But yeah, many are coming back at the vibrational frequency they've attained. People who are in war-torn countries, people who are living great, wealthy lives, they've come into those things by resonance, by the energy that they're connected to energetically. Yes. Thank you so much, Nancy. Great question. Hi, Ian. How you doing? Question from Ian. Any message from our guides and angels? I won't be able to join you on Zoom today. Oh, that's too bad, Ian, but you'll get the recording later. Remember, for those of you that are my patrons, if you can't make it tonight, that's okay. It's we record them all. It'll be posted up on the Patreon group wall for you to watch at your leisure and in your own good time. So have no fear. It's all good. So someone's asking, will my Nana die on my birthday this March? I'm getting a strong no. I'm getting a strong no. I'm getting that it's going to happen after. She wants to be with you this one more time. I'm getting very strongly. She's very excited about your future. She wants you to know that she's very excited about your future. She's saying one more time. One more time. So she will be with you for this birthday. Yes, thank you so much. Hello, Miss Lucy. How you doing? Be able to pull it together and have my contract renewed. Will I be able to? I think it's supposed to be. Will I be able to pull it together and have my contract? Well, you're able to. Your guardian angel, his name is Mikael. He's saying it's really important you understand that you can pull it together, but do you want to pull it together? Yes, you must want to pull it together. He's telling me that you've had other interests that you want to pursue, but you're looking for the security for this over what you really want to do. Yeah, he's saying to tell you that it's really important that you consider finding ways to develop what you really want to do, but also commit to the security of this contract. But he says you can, but you have to want to. You have to want to. Anybody can. Question from Phosphorize. Is there anything someone in the afterlife would like to say to me? I hear my name called often. I'm being shown like this rough surface, that it's a surface that needs to be smoothed out. There's like it's all these little bumps on it. They're showing me these bumps, like very bumpy, rough surface that you keep banging into. It keeps hurting. You keep hurting yourself by coming up against this thing again and again. It's time to like clean that surface. Clean that. What are you referring to? Can you be more specific? What are you referring to? What is that? It's like wiping a slate clean, a rough surface being made new. What's this connected to? Can you tell me what this is connected to? Yeah, okay. There's a lot more that's connected to right now. I just want to say, yeah, that does not have to be carried in your life. You don't have to carry that forward in your life anymore. Like there's a lot more information. If you want to find out more, like, go book a reading with me. Yeah, I got half hour, 1 hour readings. Book a reading. There's a whole bunch more information that's there for you. But yeah, it's like whatever that is, and again, it's in your past. It's not in your present. It's in your past, and that's what's been holding you back from that movement. Elantra, something Elantra. Again, a name Elantra for you. There's a bunch of stuff. Anyways, there's so much there. Thank you so much. Hi, Sarah. Sarah's asking, when someone dies unexpected, are they at peace? Yes. When the soul, because that's an immediate way of becoming detached from your mind and body. Ideally, you want to learn to master your mind and body while you have one. But yeah, when they'll go into a state of peace, but they'll still have to return back to that point of time and space, that point of energy where they didn't learn the lesson, where you didn't learn to master energy. It's literally like grade school, you know. This is the challenge where a lot of people, when people have left the body through self-harming, when people have done that and come back and spawn, they always say the same thing: I've got to come back again. And they end up being disappointed because they realize they did not get rid of what they thought they were going to get rid of. They didn't learn the lesson, which is about mastery. You are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are not your emotions, but you have to learn to use these levels of energy so you can move towards mastery. Moving on to these other realms of consciousness, like the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th dimension, to move to these other levels of consciousness, you have to master the fundamental ones. How do you treat your body? Have you mastered your body? Have you mastered your thoughts? Have you mastered your emotions? It's not an easy thing, but anybody can learn to do it. It gets easy when you understand what you're doing. That's when it gets easy, when you begin to understand how to change your body, how to take care of it properly, how to clarify your mind so that what the world has taught you doesn't confuse you, because that's where most people's confusion comes. That's why so many people are trying to leave, because their heads are so full of confusion. And yet the confusion is not who you are. You are not your thoughts, but you must learn to organize them in a fashion to get rid of those that do not serve you, to bring in new thoughts that do. You're here to master energy. All of us came here to master energy. So yes, there will be a short period of peace when you leave the mind body. You get relief from the burden, but it's temporary. You still have to come back for the lesson. You can't skip grades in consciousness. There's no skipping grades. It's not like high school in this third dimension where you can skip a grade, right? Unless you've done the work. People can skip grades when they've done the work. They excel really well in a certain subject. And if you excel at mastering your mind and body, you can skip grades. There's ways of doing that. That's what they tell me anyway. I got time for 2 more questions today, guys. Yes. Oh, yes, I understand. Somebody had also asked me a question. I wanted to see if I could find that. There was somebody who had sent me a question. If I don't get to your questions today, guys, you can go to for those of you that are on TikTok, if I don't get to your questions today, you can write your question under the pinned video that's on my TikTok channel right now. You can go to the pinned video and write your question there if I didn't get to it. And also for those of you that have received answers or your question's been answered, write your experiences and what unfolded for you, how that answer altered or affected you in your life and what it changed for you, what did. Share your thoughts on some of these ideas. Share your experience with the meditative process that we went through. It's you're designed to be happy. Share that information with other people. I'm just going to go here, see if I can find that question. Because it really struck me as powerful. Here it is. So it's a question from Sheila. She's saying, I have a cold and a cough, the cough being more pronounced. As recently, I tied up some loose ends in various situations by expressing what I really feel. Also, I feel I did it in a harmonious way. I was wondering if there is a link. Yeah, when you release, my guardian angel John told me when the last time I got a cold and my nose was running, he said, that is the uncried tears that you could not consciously process yourself. He said a lot of physical illnesses is the body's way of releasing things that it cannot hold on to anymore. He says most of the functions of dysfunction of the body are dysfunction in thought and emotion. You change the nature and quality of thought and emotion, the body will change how it functions. He says that means you still have to turn around and do the things you need to do to make your body healthy and strong. But for you, Sheila, this is going to pass very soon, but don't go back. I'm being told to tell you, don't go back to the way it was before. Do not go back to the way it was before. It is one thing to release emotions. It's another thing to establish a new state of being and remain growing in the new state of being. Do not go back to what was before. Yes. So your body's going to release all that chemistry, but don't go back to what it was before, or you'll return to that again and you'll be repeating the whole thing all over again, which is what most people do, right? They make a short change and they go back to the pattern. You don't go back anymore. Don't do that. Yes, I think we're good morning, Facebook user. Hi. So guys, I want to say thank you. I've got to get going. I've got an orientation we're doing for our 103 Masterclass on transcendence. So I'll look forward to, or on awakening, pardon me, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys on Monday on Shortcuts for Your Soul. Thank you, everybody, for coming out today. I want to wish you all much, much love. Have yourselves a wonderful and a joyful day, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye for now.